Hello everyone, it is time for another adventure of Try Hard Trucking with me, Rollcase TV. I do the best I can with what I've got, which is not a lot of talent, but a whole lot of subtle differences to my intro because I can never figure out how to get them right. I try to say another edition of Try Hard Trucking or Try Hard Gaming or whatever. I keep saying try another adventure of. Well, it is an adventure. It's been a crazy adventure. Life is an adventure after all, but not as much of an adventure as this game seems to be. I hope you can hear me over that wind rushing. One thing I have. This is the new. I am recording this the week that this new expansion came out. I don't remember what region it is, but it's cold and the wind's blowing, and I miss the nice quiet birds because I don't like this wind, especially because I am going to be playing in Kola Peninsula, Kola Peninsula, which is snowy and horrible enough. Oh, that was so loud. At least it's beautiful here with the aurora. Yes, we are here. We are in Kola Peninsula. I was watching over one of my videos and I realized that sometimes between, this is the first hour of my stream, and you all know, if you looked at the thumbnail at all on YouTube, that this is a replay of a stream. I usually do 6 hours, 6 YouTube episodes per stream. And when you first come in, you get to see me loading the game and all that stuff, and I explain what I'm in the middle of. And the reason I explain that is because I'm trying to remember myself, because it's been a week since I played. But I watched a video where it started in the middle of the stream, and I realized I don't do a very good job of it. In this game in particular, I don't do a very good job of resetting the context for what I'm in the middle of. I just gotta, because it's fresh in my mind, I just want to kind of jump right into it. But if you are watching, if the first episode you're watching is something that's in the middle of, in the middle of the stream, I really should say, go to the map or something and say, yes, well, we're here trying to do this or trying to do that. I do have the game volume up a little bit, I think. So I'm going to start this by going to the map because I don't remember what I was doing. I'm going to try to do that more often in the regular episodes, in the in-between episodes. So I have marked, what do I have marked here? Oil barrels. Trailer store. I have no idea what I was in the middle of. And Pole Depot. Deliver to the Pole Depot oil barrels. Okay, but why was this here? Get the oil barrels. Now see, the downside of this is, if you have just been watching, okay, I'm starting to slowly remember. I had things to do over here. Obviously, that was the whole point. Okay, I wanted to come over here and either get the oil barrels or the trailer, or both. Yes, get the oil barrels in the back of my truck, drag the trailer over here to the trailer store, sell the trailer, and then go back over here and deliver the oil barrels. Yeah, that's what I was in the middle of. Okay, so let's go get the oil barrels. And what is the way of doing that? What is the way of doing that? This is just a task, right? There's nothing there. Come on, highlight. Highlight something else. Is there anything I can highlight here? Should be. Knee deep. Yes. task. That's just a task. That's not an actual vehicle. Okay. So how do I get over here to the oil barrels? This is a dangerous way for this truck. I'm not towing anything, so I could do it, but up, I know, right, that's up a slope, and that's a mess. That may be the way that I go. The alternative is to come here and do what? Yeah, that's a big slope there. I mean, I can get up slopes. Come around here. Still have to go up here and across the rocks here. Okay, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna go on the rocks. This has been a very frustrating region for me. It's a frustrating region for everyone. I know there are worse regions. It's a very frustrating region. So far anyway. Some people have said, most people that I've watched said this is their least favorite region, and they just try to get through it. There are some people who are liars and say it's their favorite region. I don't believe them. Not necessarily because I don't believe someone doesn't mean that they are liars. I mean, that's kind of a lesson we should all take to heart. So how do I get up there? Do I have to come up? Do I have to come up here to get up there? And along here? There is a way to get up here. This is a trail here. It's a very dangerous rocky trail. But it is a trail. And along here. Okay, and that's the first objective. Come here, pick up the oil barrels, and drag the service trailer behind me. And then from there, get over to there. I'll mark the new bit when I get there. Okay, this is north. There's how I'm getting there. Take your screenshots now. Orient yourself. And I'm gonna get going. Where am I going? Back that way. Okay. And fuel, seem to have plenty of fuel. Lights on. And I haven't driven this vehicle in a week. So expect some adventures there. Come on. Oh. I may end up clearing my throat more than I would like to, because I do have some pretty bad allergies going. I try to mute my mic when I do that, but you might be able to notice that my voice is kind of crackly. Okay, crackly ice means nothing to me. If it's crackly right across the dead river, then that does mean something. But if it's like muddy, crackly ice over mud, this vehicle can handle that. I do have the volume up even. I definitely have the volume up higher. I must have been watching some video or something like this. Let's see, now this is crackly right over water. That can be dangerous. And through these trees can be dangerous. The one thing that can, you see how the front axles and the rear axles stick out a little bit beyond the, see there's an example of it. The axles stick out a little bit beyond the, the axles stick out a little bit beyond the width of the truck bed. Yeah. You can get stuck on the axles pretty easily here. And then that happens. And that happens. I made it. This is the 612H Mastodon. The Zig 612H is from the Mastodon pack. All of my vehicles are from the paid DLC, extra paid DLC vehicles that are not found on any maps. They don't come with any maps, you just pay extra for them. That's kind of the motif of this game. That's what makes it easy mode, is I'm using all the what some people call paid DLC or pay to win vehicles. Not that anyone's losing. OP. And some of them are OP. Some of them aren't OP. Some of them are clearly UP, underpowered. But okay, I'm supposed to get up on the rocks there? Really? Is that where I think? Is that how I think I'm getting up there? No, I'm getting up there first. That is part of easy mode. It's just a normal mode game. I'll usually mention this every so often. See, there's no new game plus or anything like that. It's just a normal game. No mods. Just me and my big truck. This truck in particular. Okay. I have to approach from over here. How I'm going to do that. I have to. Somehow I want to get my back end over there. And actually get my front end over there. This has been a horrible map for me so far. But I've persevered. I've recorded almost an entire month ahead now, and so the video I watched recently was quite entertaining of me struggling through the early part of this map. Oh, now I can't. I want to get. All I want to do is turn around, and I got myself stuck between trees already. Build this. Oh, and I wish they would let you know when you got to the end. They really should wrap around this cursor. And they really should let you hold the button down. Okay. Pull winch. Come on, pull. Pull me out of these trees here. Pull me out of the trees. Pull me out of the trees. Pull me out of the trees. No, wrong button. Abusing physics abuse here, folks. Okay, stop. Attach winch from here now to solid over there. Come on, find it. There it is. Right. And only this way. Alright, I got myself turned around. Now, I'm supposed to somehow find my way up on that hill. I know it can be done coming the other way. I don't know for sure if it can be done coming this way. I think I have to get up on this rock first. Probably not the smartest way to go, I will admit. Alright. Okay, yes, I have proven it can be done. So far, I have proven that little part can be done. That doesn't mean it isn't still very treacherous. I'm glad I don't have, what is Sphere of Heights? It's not a dwarf. What is it? Heightophobia. Oh, come on. This is very ridiculous. Clench horn. There's got to be a place I can winch to, right? Safety winch? Somewhere? Which one is the good tree? That one? Test it. No, 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 back up, back up. Pull, back up, pull, angle. Piece of cake. Proverbial piece of baklava. Yeah, if this was like the first map anyone ever played, they would never play this game. And I thought that the last map of Tamir was tough, and it was. It was very frustrating, the last map of Tamir, but that's nothing compared to this map. I can definitely see that my skill has improved quite a bit to even attempt to use this vehicle to go around that area. There were other ways I could have gone, but yeah. I knew I could get that way. I came that way before, coming back the other way, granted. But the fact that I made it without tipping over, it even amazes me. Okay, here are the oil barrels. We want to pick up the oil barrels. Wait, what else is there? That's something else I can crane? Oil barrels. I don't think that's another piece of cargo. Activate the anchors. I'm on a little bit of a slope. Matter. Crane mode. And yeah, this is not, that's not anything I can pick up. Just oil barrels, okay. And the secret to the Russian crane, as I mentioned many times, is that crane goo? That's crane goo. The secret to the Russian crane is to get, and now oil bills are very light, so that doesn't. The secret to the Russian crane is to, don't try to use the crane to lift things, just use the winch. Put the crane where you want the stuff to go, and then use the winch. And when you go into crane view, everything wiggles around as it should. Okay. Now, lower, rotate. Let's put this forward. As soon as I start moving this cargo forward, well, oil bills are light. Forward, pull forward. There we go. Oh, I thought I had it in there perfect. Oh, I didn't, but it's good enough. And back to cargo. Store the crane. All right, now phase 2. We got our oil barrels. Phase 2. We're going to take that trailer over to trailer store to sell it, because we don't need it for anything. I'm pretty sure it is not a trailer that requires pretty sure it's not a trailer that requires and that's the thing about normal mode, is you can sell the trailers. And by 100%, I'm going to discover every pixel on the map that I possibly can, which I have done with the little prototype exploration unit, the PEU, or as I call it, the Pew Pew Pew. Plus, I'm going to use all the cargo that's on the map, all the loose cargo that's on the map. If I have to, I'll delete the cargo, because sometimes there's extra cargo. And if any temporary, like there's framing locations that only have a limited amount of cargo, some logging stations have a limited amount of cargo, I'll use all of those if I can. If there's too many, because they give you extras, then I'll delete the extras. But I'm not gonna leave any cargo behind, even if I have to burn it. But I'll try to use it. Only if I completely mess up. All right, that is the next leg. Let's go do that leg and sell this trailer. There are other trailers here, but they're scout trailers. In fact, there's 2 prototype exploration unit trailers here. I got to get the Wrangler over here. The vehicles I have, you'll have seen in the thumbnail. Also, I think they're in the description, the YouTube description. I might just have them in the tags on the YouTube channel, but I should start putting them in the description if they're not there already. Maybe I'll go back and with this particular region, I'm not going to go back to all of the videos I have, but go back to this region and add the DLC packs that I'm using. So, because I don't think they're in the description. They may change, but no, turn it off. If new vehicles come out that are better than the vehicles I have, like if I had started this playthrough 2 months earlier, I would not have had access to the Mastodon. I would have used the whatever truck it was then, or 3 months before. But I bought the 4th anniversary edition on a very deep sale, over 50% off. And so I took the extra money I saved and sprung for all the extra DLC. I like getting the extra DLC on stuff. My fear of missing out leads me in that direction, I think. And it may very well be that I come over here and find out, oops, I can't sell this trailer. If I can't sell it, it's because it's part of a task, but I'm pretty sure. This map, I have found all the vehicles, I'm pretty sure. I've sold all the trailers, pretty sure. I'm giving myself a lot of room for selling trailers. Sell! Yes, thank you. Let's actually stop my engine. Stop engine. And now, let's go to the trailer store and get my favorite cheater trailer. Maintenance trailer. Because I can use that to both repair from the maintenance trailer, fix me up. I don't have any other vehicles with me. Trailers don't need fixing. Trailers should take damage. I mean, it's fun just dragging a trailer upside down. Be more realistic if they took damage. Okay, and oops, wrong button. And refuel from the maintenance trailer to the Zix to the exploration units, which I must have already done this once, and repair supplies and service kits, and that's the Zix. Okay, so everything's fueled up. I can now go sell this. The ones you have, it puts at the top now. That must have been a recent update. I like that. So you always know which one you have. You can sell it very easily because it goes to the top. It used to be, unless it's just my own personal Mandela effect, it used to be that you had to scroll all the way down to where you would normally buy it. So like that maintenance trailer is all the way down here. I buy it, and it used to be that I had to then come here and sell it in this slot. But if you exit the menu and come back in, it puts that in the top now, so it's very easy to sell trailers. Why don't they let you sell trailers in hard mode? They should have let you sell them for 50%. New Game Plus has a lot of cool options. All right, so next path. Finish off this task. I have the oil. It is now time for me to... What's the best way of getting there? Probably without going over those rocks again. There is a bridge. Here's the bridge. The best way to get to this bridge is how? Yeah, back over the rocks, I'm sure. No, let's go. Let's do this. Here and here. With this vehicle, I can go over pretty much any mud, any stuff like that. The bane of this is trees. That's the bane of this vehicle. I'll come here and then from there across the ice here. If I'm going to go over the river, I might as well just completely go over the river. That's not the actual vehicle. Okay, that's where I came from, which would seem to indicate, oh, but I needed to go there. I don't need to go there now. So I come here, come across here, come across here. Does this bridge ever help me? Or should I might as well just go? Let's go from this way. This bridge is really a horrible place. And you can't really cut through there, can you? Can you? Is that one of the places you can't cut through? I guess it is. Let's back to it. So here, there. This is a horrible place. There's a task where you're supposed to, it's like a maze puzzle, and it's not fun. It's kind of ridiculous. I got so mad at it last time, how ridiculous it was. Okay. Yeah, if you want some entertainment, go watch like 2 episodes before this one on YouTube. You will really enjoy yourself. Watch an old man cry. That's always a lot of fun. Okay, there's rocks there I can't get up. Yeah, that bridge takes you to this road, but then there's no way to go across this road. And as far as I know, there's nothing that clears this road, so you have to come down here anyway. And then getting across here is tricky. This gets me back up on the main road. It's like the last map in the base game in Tamir. The last map, Rift. Rift is the boss map, the final boss map of the base game. What's my plan? To come down here, and find my way across the river. Get to here. Yeah, let's get to there. I'm telling ya, this map, and nobody's in chat to encourage me or to laugh at me. You know, when people are chatting, it's 50-50 whether it's useful. I'll just put it that way. Sometimes it's useful because they're chatting and they're encouraging me, but more times than not, they're just laughing at me, which is okay. It's encouraging in its own way. You laugh at me, huh? Who are you laughing at? You laughing at me? Yeah, I'll show you. Oops. I'll show you next. I'll show you as soon as I recover this truck from the bottom of the ice. Yeah, I'll show you. I'll show you for laughing at me. And see, this is exactly where. Okay. I'm gonna go back down the ice there. This is, if you don't know the roads around here, it's ridiculous, and that's what got me so upset about the other map. I don't know which is better way to go. Do I cross here and then across there, or do I go on that side? I think I go like down this slide. Like I said, this vehicle, I mean, it's very heavy, so it's dangerous to come too close to this water. The Jeep Wrangler can do it pretty easily, but it's not powerful enough. It's just this little, it's an incredibly light scout vehicle, which is, I wish, if I had a request, it would be to come up with a nice scout vehicle that you can hitch a trailer to, which is a little bit more powerful, a little bit less ridiculously light. Okay, there we go. That's there's the path going north. Going to try to come across here, get across the river there. Some of this path may vary because I may not actually be able to do it. But then I'm actually going to do a task. Yay, task. I try to do most of the tasks before I do the... What I'm going to do is I'm going to go to there and I'm going to pick up the... I wanna, yeah, I'm just gonna I'm gonna stick the Jeep Wrangler in one of these vehicles. We need to change the time of day. Yeah. And then come back this way. Of course, it's darker, different colors. And then sell those trailers, and then just to call the Wrangler. I only have only one scout vehicle is available to me that has a trailer hitch, and it's that Jeep Wrangler. Actually, there might have been another one, but the Jeep Wrangler was by far the best one. And keep in mind, I'm using all paid DLC vehicles, so I'm not using like the original Chevy or anything like that. And everybody says my Rizvani Hercules is, oh, I hate the Rizvani Hercules. You should use the Ford 750 or whatever. It's like, well, that's nice, except the Ford 750 is not available right from the beginning of the game, and I'm using only vehicles that I can pay for, that I can start using immediately. So that's my own self-imposed restriction. Shout out to Wezel on Wheels. He has a different kind of restriction. He only plays with vehicles that are available on the maps, so it's quite the opposite of mine. He also plays in hard mode. I don't know how he does it. But he also will only play with vehicles that would normally be available in that region. So in the Asian regions, he only uses the Asian trucks, Russian trucks, and whatever. I don't know what he does about Europe. In North American regions, he only uses North American trucks. Yeah, the places in Europe does he use, because there aren't a lot of European vehicles. he'd be driving the Responding Hercules and trying to haul all of his goods with that, even though it doesn't have any kind of a trailer hitch. You'd never be able to deliver anyone. So I'm assuming that what he does is uses the North American vehicles, because let's pretend it's the Cold War and only those vehicles are available. There aren't too many European places. There's Scandinavia. What vehicles is he using in Scandinavia? I don't think I've watched him play Scandinavia yet. I've been watching it. Now, I can get through this without using a winch, so of course stubborn me is going to get through here without using a winch. Would it be a lot faster to get through here with a winch? Of course it would be. Now see, I try to drive forward without using a winch. Oh, one other thing, and this is a hot tip from me. If you go into settings, a lot of people don't know this, under game, very first thing, steering mode, what I have highlighted now, I have it set to steering wheel. I'm not using a steering wheel, I'm using a controller. But if you look at the flavor text to the right, the descriptive text, the last half of the last sentence, will cause automatic wheel centering if this mode is used with a controller. That's very, very helpful. Auto centering, the game does not default to auto centering, but if you're playing with a wheel, when you turn the wheel to the center, the wheels turn to the center, right? Well, the thing with the controller is when you let go of the controller, it auto-centers the controller stick. So for consistency's sake, it should also auto-center your wheels when you center your controller, right? That would seem to make sense to me. But a lot of people complain. Every other driving game I've ever seen, if you play with a controller, it's like that. You center the controller and it centers your wheels. Even if you center your controller just by taking your thumb off of it and letting it spring back. And for this, that isn't, you know, for normal driving, that isn't so terrible. But if you're driving a very fast vehicle, yeah, you can do an awful lot of fishtailing without that setting. And I can't remember how I got turned on to it. I think it was just by, I happened to see some random YouTube video that mentioned it. So I highly recommend that. I mean, if you like it the way it is. But I know when the game first came out, people said it was broken, it was a bug. Boy, I sure hope they fixed the steering, because that option wasn't available. And then other people trying to justify it said, it's not broken, that's the way they made it, that's the way it's supposed to be, that's the way it should be. Because when you drive, you know, your wheel doesn't auto-center. Well, no, when you're driving and you have a wheel, a steering wheel, you're right, it doesn't auto-center, but by letting go of the steering wheel, it doesn't auto-center. But when you let go of a joystick, it does auto-center. It seemed inconsistent. You had to keep getting the wheels adjusted just right. It makes it easier, more familiar to people that play other driving games with controllers. Because a controller is harder to use than a wheel, right? So take advantage of the things the controller gives you. This game would be weird playing with a wheel anyway, because you're constantly changing views and stuff. You're not going to really use the cab view, so it uses some of that. You know, you're not going to use the cab view, or you're not going to use consistently a straight-on view. You need to turn the thing to the side and stuff, so controller makes sense in a lot of ways. So I've across the smallest bit of the water. One thing on this map, if there's snow or if there are rocks, you're not going to fall in. If you see rocks on top of the snow, you're not going to fall in. If you see rocks on top of the ice, you're not going to fall in. If you see like those big sheets of ice on top of the river ice, you're not going to fall in. That's not the case with all the maps. Amur, it can have ice underneath, snow. it can have those same rocks on top of snow too, I think. So this is a warm-up for that map. You get frustrated on this map, and I have. So far, the most frustrating thing I've found on this map, though, is that one ridiculous task where you have to figure out your way through the old abandoned factory area. And it's basically like a corn maze. You don't know what you can drive over, what you can drive through. I think the easiest way to do that task, upon reflection, I think the easiest way to do that task is to merely take a truck with the biggest, longest crane that they give you and drive a light vehicle over there like my Jeep Wrangler and take the big crane truck and just lift the truck up with the crane and stick it where you need to stick it, in the area you need to stick it. Lift it above the obstructions, lift it above the wall, say, okay, I need a vehicle here, let me just lift this truck up and stick it right down there. Okay, switch to that truck. Hey, I made it! Which way am I going after this? Right or left? Okay, I'm going along the right short. Until I can get to... No, I can't get to that road. That road's blocked. I have to get around this way, otherwise. If that's clear ice, that. If you're on these sheets of ice, you should be able to. Here, the crackly ice. And the really fearful thing is when you're on the crackly ice and there's nothing to winch through. I've kind of adapted to this map. It's still very frustrating. I know I haven't probably gotten through the worst of it, but I like to start off scouting the entire map, and this one especially because it's black. You can't even tell where you're going. It starts off all black until you open up the waypoints, and then it's still all black in places. See, this icy slope, mud tires, no problems with this. Truck is heavy enough. Would have been better had I gotten those prototype exploration units over to the trailer store near the thing, but trying to drive them over there became such a task. I can't fit two of them in this trailer or in any flatbed bed of a truck, you know, unlike without using a trailer. And using a trailer around this map is, I'm going to try to do as much as I can without using any actual trailer, because the trailers are, here's the, perhaps the world's most useless map, or most useless, left here, most useless bridge. Hydration break. Got late start to the stream, so I might, and I try to keep the videos between 50 and 55 minutes long. You know what, it actually is time for me to, if I started this late, put you on here, something with my audio to make sure it doesn't go wiggly-wiggly on me. Alright. A trick on the Xbox is, I've mentioned this several times, it deserves to be more widely known. The Twitch app on Xbox has a bug, and they're arguing over who's supposed to fix it, so it's been there since the latest update, which has been many, many, many months ago. The bug is that everything will go warbly. It's not, it sounds like it's just your mic. It doesn't happen every time. It sounds like it's just your mic, but it's actually all the game sounds and everything too. Will go warbly on you. And there is a workaround, which is not perfect. and very hard to find. The workaround is to start either a party chat or a Discord chat, and that keeps it from going warbly. Now there's a different bug that's similar, that may sound similar, where your voice will go kind of crackly, but not like really crackly like your mic is half unplugged, but it's different than the warbly sound, and where your voice might kind of cut out. That can sometimes be worked around by plugging the controller in. But yeah, all these workarounds. But yeah, the main one is the warbly, and that doesn't happen that often. The main one is the warbliness that you get if you use a party chat or you use a Discord chat. Now, the downside of that is sometimes that will mess with any in-game chat. So if you're playing a game that has in-game chat, you try to use the in-game chat, you're playing cross-platform, etc., you may find out that you interfere with that, and you can't use a party chat or a Discord chat. Discord chat's pretty universal, but of course then the people have to have Discord and whatever, so everybody has Discord. But it's not perfect, and they wish they would fix it, but like I said, you have to count on the people that make Twitch, which is Amazon, and the people that make Xbox, which is Microsoft, and Amazon and Microsoft don't necessarily like each other, I guess. I don't know. They fight over who's responsible for fixing it. I used to think Google, but no, Google doesn't make Twitch. Google makes YouTube. It's a Twitch problem or a Microsoft problem. It works on other platforms, so Twitch says, well, it works on other platforms. It's your problem. And Microsoft says, yeah, but your old version worked, so it must be your problem. You made a change. You're calling our libraries wrong or something. So nobody can decide. Working between different technical development companies, they like to not necessarily programmers, but the management people like to pass the buck and say, no, it's you. Point the finger. Tell them it's their fault. Not a lot of programmers. There's a lot of arrogant programmers. I was in software development for many decades, so yeah, I've worked with a lot of people that are like would not admit that they made any mistakes. It's horrible. After as I grew up, I got more and more senior and had to be responsible for people and tell them that, oh, actually, it's your problem. You go fix it. All right, unload. We get to hear music. Oh, I should have turned the volume up. Oh, it's still so hard to hear. I like to do like air guitar and sing guitar or mouth guitar, but I couldn't hear that one very well. Beautiful job, Iceman. That's me. I didn't even think there were so many of those. You had your share too, right? My share of oil barrels? What, you expect me that I siphoned off some oil? Crude oil? What am I going to do with crude oil? Maybe if it was, gasoline or fuel barrels, petrol. Maybe it was petrol, but I'm going to say, do they say petrol in Russia? No, of course they don't say petrol in Russia. They use the Russian word. What's Russian for petrol? Anyway, yes, I will take my 4,750 smackaronis because I might as well. I did turn my engine off. Right? Yes. Okay, let's think about what I'm going to do next. Now that I'm over here, do I have the Wrangler somewhere conveniently located? Not terribly. I really do want to get those trailers sold. Are there any other Scout trailers around the map? No. The only trailers that are left on the map are these 2 prototype unit trailers. And my options are to pick up the Wrangler and drive it over here, which I can do in one trip with this truck, or go back and pick up the prototype exploration units and get them over here. Now, I could have taken one of those here with me, but not with the oil barrels. I could have stuck the oil barrels in there unpacked, but it's kind of difficult on this map. So I think the next thing I'm going to do is actually pick up the Wrangler. Now, the Wrangler can get here on his own, so I can just stay there. And, is there a source of fuel up here? It doesn't matter if the Wrangler's almost out of fuel when he gets here. So I'm sure he can get here. So let's switch to the Wrangler. He's near a fuel place, right? How much fuel does he have? That's not how you find out. 84%. He has... The Wrangler's almost full. His roof rack is full. Yes. So... he should, from where he is... and he's very close to a refuel place. He might want to go that way anyway. No, I can go through there, I can go through there. I'll just come down through there. But let's get the Wrangler over to... I took back the vehicles I needed to take back. I thought there was a truck over here somewhere I needed to take back. Maybe I did that task already. Undo on. No, I didn't do on thin ice. On thin ice, I need to pick up. Aha! Here's the truck here. I need to get that truck over to here. And the Wrangler do it on his way. Because I pulled him out of the ice. I probably could. Except he would have to... Well, the Wrangler's really good over rocks. I have to avoid that ice. But I don't have to go over there. I need to go here. So let's map this out, and then I will take my break. When the Wrangler is not towing anything, it's great. And this is a little truck. It's a Don 71. So let's actually start tracking it. Because this is going to be like right on my way, I think. Got him pretty close to where he needs to go. And I'm using up some fuel, but this is gonna... Now, I am gonna have to... Once I start winching him, it is gonna get heavier and more dangerous. So I will have to make sure I stay on the edge where there's rocks and stuff. I should be able to come here, winch him there. And then go back the way I came. No, not there. No, not there. Come on. You can delete waypoints, but you have to get the angle right. It's kind of ridiculous. Go. Back to here. And then back to here. Basically, I'm going right back. Drag him I don't know if that's ice or what that is, but somehow get to there. And from there, I need to make my way to where I'm all the way around. Wherever the where the 1 6 is. Is that the 6? This 6 is. Make my way to there. There. How do I get to there? No, not there. Where's the 6? No, I don't want to actually go to it. Oh. Where is the 6? Not that 6. Where's the 6? That 6. Okay. Oh, I did get a marker there. Wait, what? No, actually I don't want the marker there yet. Wait, what? Oh, am I doing this from the perspective of the 6? How did I get this marker here? I don't want this marker here. It's not even an end marker. I don't know how I got that. Okay, well, I don't know where that marker came from. I'm not sure how to delete it. But I am going to take this over here and bring it over there. Okay. And then come over here to this machine. Right, and I don't know how that first marker got anywhere, but I think that's just a marker over to the 6. To the start. Yes. Can I get rid of that marker? No. I switch to the Wrangler. Now look at the math. That's better. Oh, I'm at 58 minutes. I'm going to end it here. So, if you're watching on Twitch, that's going to be it for this episode. The next YouTube episode will be the next weekday at noon U.S. Central Time, which is 6 p.m. in the U.K. or 1800 hours, as they say sometimes, because the U.K.'s all messed up with their times. And 0600 next day in New Zealand. Your local times may vary. Twitch, once again, stick around. YouTube, next episode. Either way, thank you much for watching, and I will see you then.